Hey, what's up guys? Prandall here with a brand new series. I've been spending a lot of time on Reddit lately and I wanted to share some stories. I know a lot of YouTubers do this already, but I wanted to give it a shot. Today we will be starting with some entitled parents. Enjoy. You know the deal. Not my first language plus I'm on mobile. So sorry in advance. It's a short one, so I'm from Germany and we have some NS museums in different places to remind us of the horror and inform visitors of what happened in the specific area of Germany they are visiting. I was visiting one when I heard a child cry. Not a baby that didn't know better but a toddler. Sounded genuinely upset. Enter entitled mom. I hear her loudly complain about a video and how this isn't child friendly at all. Now first of all in these museums it's fucking quiet. Second of all they are not supposed to be child friendly. They show horrible pictures that show a brutal truth and most adults are left speechless. It can turn your stomach sometimes. Employee, I'm really sorry it upset her. This museum is suggested for ages 14 and up. How is she supposed to learn? Now that kid was 3 maximum. You can maybe talk to them about it, but these museums are clearly not for kids. It even says so on the website. Now I'm already invested in this. When mom goes on about how they should have censored that, I turn around to see what they talk about, and my heart sinks. It's a video of piles of dead, starved, naked bodies they found in concentration camps. It's a horrifying thing to look at, and this lady complained about some genitalia being shown. I'm pretty sure the kid was crying about the overall visual, and not some dicks. The employee looked shocked, and she has clearly never heard that complaint before. She confusedly offered to refund their tickets and the lady angrily agreed. Some people. Here's my 2 cents. There's usually a pretty good reason when a business has a minimum age limit. It usually means there's something that is not appropriate for someone under the required age limit. This would be like taking your kid with you to an R-rated movie and getting upset because your child was exposed to nudity or violence and language. What did you expect was going to happen? Cast FF 18 Friends Ep entitled principal / biggest douche in the world. My friend went to a boarding school for like 1 year after year 11th. There he made many friends. One of these friends was FF, friend's friend. His mum was severely ill, and unfortunately due to the illness, she died. FF's father was also severely ill due to the loss of his wife, who was married to him for over 40 years. FF's dad's emotional health deteriorated. As any normal son would do, FF asked Ep if he could go home and come back in 1 month. With all the wisdom in the world, Ep responds, what is more important, your lessons or mum's funeral? FF was really taken aback by this. Ep then has the audacity to say, I'll make you a deal. If you pass your exams next month then you can go. Now I would like to point out that FF was one of the boarding's top students. He never failed any exams and furthermore he saved on multiple occasions by getting those grades. Listen, my mum died. Her funeral is tomorrow. Well, I don't care. I'll bring you the evidence. Please, it is literally the last time I will ever get to see my mum. Well, I don't care. You didn't let me go when she was almost dying in the hospital. At least let me go now, please. No means no. Stop being so stubborn and go back to class. Please, I'm imploring you. I will never ask for any holidays after this one. Please, I'm begging you. EP then proceeds to call security to take FF back to class. For the rest of the day FF was extremely sad and became super antisocial. In the evening he tries one more time, but gets the same answer. This is when FF flips. I had enough of your bullshit. I'm leaving. Whether you like it or not. If you leave I will make sure you don't come back here ever. Fine by me. This place is shit anyway. What did you say, you entitled brat? Are you fucking deaf? I said I'm leaving, and this place is shit. With that FF just leaves and goes back home. By the way, from the boarding to his home it was 4 hours drive. FF managed to just about get there in time for the burial rituals and was not able to see his mum's face. About a month later Ep calls FF's dad. Your son has disrespected the institution, so we have taken measures. Your son by default has failed all his exams and will have to redo the year. FF's dad yells how the school has disrespected FF by not allowing him to go to the funeral and how FF already goes to a better place. This ticks off FF and demands that FF's dad pays the fees for the rest of the year. FF's dad straight up refuses. In the end, the school got shut down because students began leaving the school, including F about a week after FF left. Apparently during the 1 month between the phone call and FF's mum's death, the students started a revolution and began leaving the boarding to go to better boardings. I do not know how FF and his family is doing now, but I assume he is doing well. Wow. What kind of inconsiderate jackass refuses to let a student go to their own mother's funeral? That one really got to me, because my mom is currently suffering from cancer. I'd leave my job in a heartbeat if my boss would not let me go see her before she died or attend her funeral. Some backstory. My now passed on next door neighbor was a terrible busybody who felt it was her God-given right to tell everyone in our street what they could and couldn't do, from where they parked their cars to what flowers they could grow. She had to know everyone's business and would harass people until she got answers, even going as far as stalking, but that is for other stories. If she didn't get her own way, she would spread the most evil gossip. Her adult children, a son and a daughter, were both greedy and deeply entitled, believing that because the majority of the street were either social housing or rented properties, they were better than everyone else, and if they didn't get what they wanted, then mother would sort it out. I have many stories about this neighbor far worse than this, but I will start off with this one as it is the mildest thing she had done and fits into the ep subreddit better. The son owns 2 other properties near the end of the street which he rents out. At the very end of the same street is another house with a plot of land right next to it. The owners of that house and land built a garage that they use for work, rebuilding old cars and bikes. The business is at least 30 years old, handed down from father to son. It's very small, so they can only work on 1 vehicle at a time, but due to the owner's skills at restoration, they are always in high demand. One day about 10 years ago, the son rocks up in his latest BWM and walks up to the owner, a father and his teenage son. The rest of this conversation is paraphrased as I was not a witness, but this was told to my family by the owners themselves. S. Son. O. Owner. Father. You know the drill. S. Hey guys, it's your lucky day. I want to buy your land. I will give you £15,000. Notice that he didn't ask if it was for sale or offer to negotiate a fair price. Oh, no, sorry. The business it not for sale. Thanks for the interest though. S. I wasn't asking for your business. You can set up somewhere else. I want this land. It's just the right size to build another house on. Oh, well sorry, no. This is a livelihood. We can't just move. We would lose business while looking for someplace else, and besides, it used to be my father's garage and it's next door to our home, so why would we want to sell it? S. So you can make money. Insert a random duh face here. Oh, but we make money working here, so sorry but it's not for sale. The son then does what you would expect a grown man of 30, yes, 30 to do. He complained to his mother. His mother takes no time at all to walk back to the garage. Why won't you sell your garage to my son? He wants to build a house here. Oh, because this is our place of business and we don't want to sell. You shouldn't even be working here. It's dangerous. Oh, I can assure you ma'am, everything is up to code and we have every right to work here. Now please leave us alone. What are you hiding in there? Is it drugs? Oh, what? No, we are fixing up an old bike. I knew it. You are working here illegally. Sell your land to my son or I will contact the authorities. The owner laughed and tell her to go ahead. She storms off and they think it's over. Just the nutty ravings of a mad granny, right? An hour later, sure enough the police arrive. Apparently an anonymous caller rang them to say that the owners had been dealing drugs out of the garage. It was obvious who had called them. Of course all the neighbors had seen the police arrive. Our street is normally quiet and we are all nosy bastards, so when you see a blue flashing light, you step out and watch the show unfold. Em took great glee in telling everyone stood around and watching the chaos how the owners had been selling drugs to children and how she wasn't the one who called them, but everyone knows what is going on and thank goodness something is finally being done about it. Half the neighbors were shocked at this event, but a few of the longer term residents were already giving her the side eye like it was on special offer at Tesco or Walmart. She must have been feeling pretty smug with herself. Only there was a snag. Just a little one. Because the tiny garage worked on rare and old cars, which can be expensive, the owners had CCTV. That was something Em had not counted on. After the police had shown up, the owners knew who the culprit was and had no issue with showing footage, complete with sound, to the officers showing Em threatening to call the police if they didn't sell the land. With half the neighbors out and watching events unfold, the Em's face switched from smugness to fear as the police walked away from the garage and approached her instead. The officer then asked if they could step inside her home to discuss something she probably did not want her neighbors to hear. She received a warning regarding harassment and wasting police time. The owners of the garage were never bothered again, and the last remaining neighbors who didn't know how bad she was finally saw here for which she was. Sorry the ending wasn't epic, but that's just how it was. Ho hum. That was interesting. I do not own a business myself, but I can imagine how frustrating it must be to have people try to buy something from you that you have no interest in selling. I still think it's hilarious that there are actually people out there that think they can buy something simply because they want it. Well guys, that's all the time I have today. I hope you enjoyed these stories. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to like the video. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll see you all next time. This is Prandall, signing off.